Okay, our next question. Asking about DJ booths. They made the comment, of course, that DJ booths, if you're going to be buying a booth that has the screen and everything, those can be very expensive to get into. And somebody was asking if they should build their own. Again, they were talking about the rolling one with the screen, TV and such. They're trying to save some money and such. So, guys, what are your thoughts if somebody wants to build their own DJ booth?
My answer, legitimately, what I wrote down was about building a booth or buying one was wait till Dan forgets to secure it in the trailer again, and he should be able to get it for a good price.
So it rolls out the back of the trailer. Wait, come back.
I will have you know that I have created a checklist, and that one of those checklists is making sure both straps are tight and all the locks are on. So you're not getting it from me that way. See, and my response is, do you live near me or not?
That's a good thing.
But no, in all seriousness, so I would say this. While it frustrates me in some aspects, and I mentioned this kind of before, where I felt like I was kind of, I don't want to say innovative, but innovative in this area to have something like that, and now more and more are coming in with something like that. And at first, it initially kind of frustrated me, for lack of better terms, on how to deal with it. I realized that my system is not what sets me apart. Yes, it caught some eyes. Yes, I've used it to full advantage as much as I can, but it is not what sets me apart. Now, with that being said, looking for the boost, whether it's the screens or whether it's the podium styles or something like that, is a way to take your system and your setup to a different level. All right, there are a lot of different furnitures, DJ furnitures that are out there. So what you decide to use for yourself is what you feel like is going to get you the best look. And that's really what's key. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. What I spent on my booth has made its return in pictures, in marketing. I don't know how many times I've had couples walk up to take a picture of what I put on my TV screen in front of that booth. And where's the laptop logo? Right above it.
Sure.
Because that's where my laptop just happens to sit. So in that picture, exactly. What did they do? They got a picture of that, and they got a picture of my booth. It's an eye catcher. It works. And people like it. I also have a Danny Max one that I use when I don't use my rolling one. And it took a little bit, but I walked into it because I don't use it that often, but I used it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw a picture.
Walked into a venue, I set it up, and this was at a more posh vineyard winery type of place. And the woman that was not the owner, but she runs it, kind of manager-ish. She was just like, oh my gosh. She's like, I love that. She's like, I've never seen anything that's not like that. Like, everybody just brings in and sets up on her table. And I'm like, no, I don't need your table. She's like, that is awesome. And then she's all like, cup holder. She's like, it's got a cup holder. Yeah, got to have somewhere to put my water.
Yeah.
But no, so I mean, like I said, they're eye-catching, but I would be cautious to do what everybody else is doing. If your idea is to improve what you got, go for it. If your idea is to improve what you got and look different, look what's around you and then determine from there. And yeah, you could DIY it, but unless you're skilled in that set, don't buy it, pay someone to make it. Don't do it yourself unless, again, you're really skilled in that area.
Sure. Yeah, the DIY aspect, you did such a beautiful job on the other parts of it. I'm not going to bother talking there, but I think the DIY thing is that sometimes we forget that even though we have free time to do something like this, that time could be used to maybe generate more leads, or it could be used for a variety of different things. And you really have to weigh out, is my time best to try to create things, even if you have the skills, but I mean, do I want to create this? Because if I build it out of, I've seen people try 2x4s, and that's going to be this heavy beast, and you're not going to want to. So you've got to weigh out your time and to build it the proper way compared to purchasing it and it's done correctly. And then you can take all those hours and you're trying to find the materials and designing and all those things you would have done and putting that towards building your business. And I think that when you start weighing things out, many times it's just smarter to buy the Toadmatic booth or buy a Danny Max thing and then focus on how you can sell it or sell your services and stand out with the products that you've added to your show.
The other thing I would say is I would have probably, I built mine, but I will also, as these guys attest, I did it when I really wasn't having gigs, right? I had gotten some fall gigs, and then I was going into winter where things were really shut down for any corporate thing. And so I used my winter time to build it. I would not build another one unless I had significant improvements to make over the designs that are out there.
Sure.
Like there were some things that I thought, well, I'm going to make it this deep and it's going to fit through the doors and and I don't need it to be 2 feet deep. I want it to be 33 inches so it fits. Not realizing that there's reasons why people were only going 2 feet wide is because if you go through a door and you've only got an inch on each side, you might ding it. So like things like that. So unless you have significant improvements to make over what's out there, take advantage of what's out there.
Excellent. Okay, let's go to our next question.